nervous as me, because I am. Good afternoon, everybody. Today, welcome to a very nervous me, basically. I don't know why I'm so nervous. I feel like I've built myself up and there is no need. We are just hanging out. We've got a cup of tea and a banana mug. Can't get nervous with that. We've got a candle. I've lit myself a candle. I need all the vibes, the calm vibes to help out my brain right now. I don't know why I feel so nervous. It's these question and answer videos. They make me feel so nervous. But it's fine. We're just having a little old chat, aren't we, Bluebell? Bluebell's here too for the girly chat. No boys allowed. I did kind of want Niall to be here too, but then it wouldn't be a girly chat. So we're just going with me and Blue and you. Basically, I wrote on my Instagram, I did one of those little question-y box things and said if anyone had any questions they'd like to ask, anything girly, anything at all, from sex to periods to contraception, all those kind of things, relationships as well. There's quite a lot of relationship stuff, and I picked out a few. We're gonna have a little chat today. I'm gonna try and keep it short and sweet. I tend to go off on tangents and I'm not going to today. I've told myself this, I've told Blue this. We're gonna try and keep it short and sweet and snappy. That's what we need in our lives, don't we, Blue? So the reason why I wanted to do this video is mainly because I think a lot of people do talk about these things now online, but a lot of people don't. And I feel like I would have liked to have possibly watched a video like this a few years ago when I was going through things. I think it would have been nice to just hear other people's thoughts. And I hope it's going to be kind of relatable, and maybe there's something in here that you might think, oh right, okay. Oh, what is she doing? Probably more like. Yeah, anyway, we're just gonna get into it. I just thought it might be something interesting, it might be helpful, I hope. And yeah, we're just gonna have a little chat basically. I'm gonna get into it because I'm just having a nervous blab now. Somebody asked me, you often jokingly say that Niall didn't like you when you guys first met. Just wondering if you'd be willing to talk about how you guys overcame this to be where you are now. And actually, I mentioned this on my story a few days ago, and I had a lot of people asking me to kind of explain this more because they are going through a similar thing where they like a guy and they don't think the guy likes them back, and they just wondered how it kind of turned around for me and Niall, and we ended up here. So basically, I met Niall in my first year of uni. I just thought I'll tell you a little story just for this question though, otherwise we're gonna get too far. I met Niall at uni in our freshers year. Me and Niall did 4 years at uni, so it was the first year we met. At first I didn't like him, actually, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't too much of a fan. Niall was 18 years old. He was in his first year of uni, so I think he was kind of embracing the uni lifestyle, let's go with that. And when I met him, he was lovely. He was a lovely person. Still kind of had a thing for the boy back home that I liked for years and years and years, and I just moved to London, so I don't know, I wasn't really looking about to find a guy. But then after a few days I said to my housemate, I kind of like this guy, and then we had a little bit of a thing for the first few months of uni, and then I realised he wasn't as into me as I was into him, or he wasn't wanting to be as committed to me as I wanted. I've always been quite fussy, and I've never been very good at getting intimate with anybody unless I adore them. It's just something I've always been like. I never kind of used to kiss anyone while I was out. I never really went back to any guy's house. Not that there's anything wrong with doing that. I think I was always quite shy, and so when I did like somebody, I liked them. And there's only really been 2 boys in my life. I think one of them is Niall now. I love him, I don't just like him. But there's only really been 2 that I've really liked. So I really liked Niall, and I knew I really liked him, so I went full in and I basically just put all my eggs in one basket. And he didn't just want to put that egg in the basket. He was the egg in mine. I was an egg with many other eggs. Let's just say it like that. So during the whole first year of uni that happened, and when I realised this, it was very difficult. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't very strong about it. I was very upset, and I was probably quite annoying to him, but I did try and take my time and focus on me, slightly more on my friendships, slightly more on uni. And although it was always in the back of my mind, I'm not gonna lie, I did always think about Niall. Then it turned around. I don't know how this happened, but during the first summer of uni, so we all went home for summer, and obviously he lived miles away from me, so I didn't see him at all. I spent most of the first year of uni hoping I was going to bump into him, which is so unhealthy. But the thing is, you can say to someone, don't do that, but really it's not as easily said as it is done, is it? We just want to find him in the corridor and not follow him. That'd be a bit weird, but you just want to bump into him and look good, and then, you know, that's how I used to feel anyway. But then we had summer and I didn't see him at all, and I kind of just got on with my life. Spent the summer with friends and I went on a girls' holiday. It was just fun drinking. It wasn't like excessive. I was just being an 18-year-old. And then we came back to our second year of uni and we had quite a similar friendship group. So our friends did crossover. Some of the guys that I lived with in the second year were friends with him. I saw him a lot again, however he still didn't want to be with me. The thing is, it's difficult for me to say to you how he changed his mind and how he started to want to be with me. I don't really know, but we carried on spending some time together during our like first term of second year, and he still was not being fully committed to me. I was not his one egg yet. To be honest, I think I grew up quite a lot over the summer, and that may have been a reason, you know, thinking about it. I feel like I let him do his thing, even though I didn't want to. I let him. I was never gonna, you can never really force someone. And do you know what, I'm so thankful that it worked out the way it did, because I feel like he got all that out of his system and he decided when it was time for him to commit. I never think you should try to change anybody. And when I was younger, back in high school, I feel like that was just something you always would say about the bad boy, let's change him. But really, you should never need to say that. You should never want to change someone because they are who they are. But you never should have to feel like that either. And I never wanted to change him. I just wanted him to be my boyfriend. I liked him for who he was, but I just wanted him to stop being with other eggs and just be with me, the one egg. And eventually he did. And I feel like that was because he got it out of his system the first year and a bit of uni. And he decided that Christmas of second year of uni, 4 years ago this Christmas. It was so strange actually. One day he just texted me and he said, I'm coming over. I don't want to see any other girls anymore. I only want to see you. And ever since that day, he stuck to his word. That makes me feel a little bit emotional saying it like that, but there's no big answer to this question. I just feel like he got it out of his system. I grew up. I think he grew up too. It was time, and it was just meant to be, I guess. So yeah, that's the little story. It's not too much to it, but just time, and I'm his egg now. So next question is, what birth control do you use, and are you planning on having a baby? So this question I'm quite excited to do. This one came up quite a lot actually, and the birth control I use is this pill. This is the Fianolia. I don't know if that's how you say it. This one here. This is the pill that you I can't remember if this is the combined pill or not. It's the pill that you take every single day. There was a pill that I used to be on where you had 1 week off a month where your period was. With this one, you don't have that week off, so you take it every single day, and I don't actually have periods, which I actually really like. However, I'm slightly concerned that maybe I should be, because it's a natural thing to have. But yeah, I mean, occasionally I do get them, and that's something that you do get with this pill, which is a downside. You can kind of get a little bit of blood or a lot of bleeding kind of suddenly out of nowhere, which is quite annoying. Whereas with the other pill and, you know, just in general and contraception, if you have periods, you tend to know when they're supposed to be coming. With this, you don't. However, they don't usually come at all very much. So I like it. It's working for me at the moment. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay on it. I don't know if I'll change. The other thing actually that people were asking about the pill was whether it had maybe gained weight. I don't think it has. However, if it is doing that for you and you feel like it is making you gain weight, or it's not quite kind of working with your hormones, if it doesn't feel right, I would change it either way. As soon as my other pill didn't feel like it was agreeing with me anymore, I went to the doctor and changed it. And I possibly might change mine again soon. because I am slightly concerned about the whole messing with my hormones thing. I don't know how I feel about it stopping my periods anymore. When I was younger, it was the easy way. I basically went on the pill because I had extremely painful periods that were very strong and not fun. So I went on the pill to help that, and it did. And I did used to have a period with the other one, but with this one I don't. And I'm starting to feel a little bit concerned now I'm older about whether it's right. And babies. Going on to babies. So me and Niall do want to have babies. We talk about it, and I'm not quite ready yet. I've got this little fur baby, and I've got another little furry baby outside somewhere now. I'm enjoying life as it is now. I don't know, I'm not quite ready yet, but in a few years' time, we shall see. There could be some big eyebrow children running about. Okay, next question. How to keep the spark in a long-term relationship? Now, this was a very asked question as well. Biggest thing I'd say to keep spark going, I think date nights are very important. Now, I would say, especially if you live with your boyfriends, you're always around him, and you know, at the beginning stage, and you meet your boyfriend out and you've dressed up, and then you get all excited, and you're all excited to see each other, and you think, oh, you look great. But then when you live with someone and you're going on a date nights in general, but I would suggest even attempting to like get ready separately and then meeting on a date and just see how it is. Spice it up a bit. Me and Niall like to go on date nights. It's lovely to go on like little breaks, even if it isn't abroad, just, you know, have a weekend away and get a hotel somewhere that's not like your usual place. Just mix it up a little bit, things like that. That's what I find with Niall anyway. So the next question is, do you have any stretch marks from growing your booty? Yes, I do. I have quite a few stretch marks, mainly along like the side of my bum. I feel like there was, I think it's much less now, there was quite a stigma to stretch marks. I think a lot of people didn't like them. However, I just feel like it's part of you. It's like if you have a freckle. I wish I had loads of freckles, but I don't. I wish I had a freckly face. I love freckly faces. But I think stretch marks are lovely too, because I feel like they tell a story. And I feel like whether it's from muscle building, or whether you were born with them, or whatever reason it may be that you have stretch marks, own them. They are your stripes. I can't quite understand why some little white lines on your body could be seen as ugly, because they are not ugly. They tell a story. Next question is, what is your opinion on boob jobs, and would you ever get one? I think I had quite a lot of questions about this, and a lot of people said they had small boobs like me and how I kind of learnt to love them. So, my opinion on a boob job. I don't have any issue with people that want to have a boob job. I personally don't think I will ever want a boob job. I don't really get why some people don't like small boobs, because I think it's like if you have a long arm or a short arm. It's just an arm, it's just a boob. I suppose I do understand, you know, people see boobs as kind of feminine, and I feel like there's a lot of things in the media about having bigger boobs. I think it's a thing, but I like having small boobs. I really like having small boobs, and it's never really been an issue to me, and I think it has helped that I have Niall, and Niall very much loves my boobs for what they are, and it's great that I have him and his sort of support with my boobs. It's never really been something I've thought about, to be honest. It's not like Niall made me love my boobs. I liked them before he liked them, but now we both like them, so it's fine. I understand that if you don't like them and you want to have a boob job, then, you know, that is completely your choice. However, I really think if you have small boobs, just own them. Just wear little tops, not wear a bra. You know, that's a great thing to be able to have, I find. I don't have to wear a bra because my boobs are small anyway. Do you consider yourself a jealous person when it comes to your relationship? So, I would say, I think at the beginning I was quite jealous, and I think that was a lot to do with my previous kind of relationship-y thing from the other guy that I spoke about this story quite a lot in one of my recent chatty videos, which I'll link in the description box. But I had quite a toxic relationship when I was growing up for quite a few years before I met Niall, the other guy that I liked in my life properly. And I think because of that, I had quite a lot of trust and sort of jealousy issues at the beginning with Niall, as well as the fact Niall, you know, it took him a year before he wanted to be with me, so I was still a little bit unsure whether he was going to kind of switch and not want to be with me again. So I think at the beginning slightly, and Niall had a lot of attention from lots of girls at uni, so I was a little bit nervous about that. And I think also at the beginning of relationships, it can be, I guess, quite normal to be a little bit jealous or nervous. I don't know, not normal, but it's quite common to be a little bit jealous and a little bit worried if you're a worrier like me, because, you know, it's fresh. But now I'm not. I actually don't think I am at all anymore, because I feel like me and Niall have been together for nearly 4 years now, and I fully trust him, and he is my bestest friend in the world and has been faithful to me for so long now. We communicate, and I think that is very important. If there is a lot of jealousy in a relationship, I think a lot of that can be down to miscommunication and not communicating enough. Yeah, not discussing things. And, you know, I feel like me and Niall communicate about everything. I think it makes our relationship very healthy and honest. Honesty is the best policy, you know. Right, we're gonna do 2 more questions. The next one is, how long did you and Niall wait? Do you think there's a good amount of time to wait? I'm guessing this person means sex. How long did we wait? So as I was saying, we had this year before we were together where we weren't together, but I liked him, but he didn't want me to be his egg. So in that year, when I first met him, I think we weren't together, we waited about, I'd say I made him wait a month. I think that was about it. That's when it felt like natural. And when it comes to what's a good amount of time to make someone wait, I don't really know. I think it totally depends on the 2 people. However, I would just say when it feels natural. People, it might be natural within a few days, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and I think it just depends person to person. Finally, the last question we're gonna do today is tips for how to move on from a breakup / heartbreak. So, now, I think I've had one big heartbreak, the toxic man from the previous, in my life. I guess there was a little bit of heartbreak when I was wanting to be with Niall and he didn't want to be with me at the beginning. And I know it is literally one of the worst feelings in the world, and I think even if you had tips in front of you, you wouldn't know, you wouldn't want to take them, you wouldn't listen, and you wouldn't, it would, yeah, the feelings completely consume you. At the beginning, have your cry, of course, have your cry. I think it's very important to let that out, and I think it's very important also to not fight it and let yourself be sad for a little bit. And then I think it is very important to work on you as much as you can, as much as it pains you. I really think it is important, whether that be going to the gym. I feel like going to the gym really helped me through a lot of hard times with heartbreak. Spending time with people that make you feel happy, and with friends. Try not to just stay in bed and in Ben and Jerry's, and obviously have your cry, but don't isolate yourself and sit in the dark, and then things can get really bad. But I would say everything happens for a reason. I feel like I went through that big heartbreak with that boy back at home, and at that time there was nights where I was just a state. Ask my friend Bryony, she helped me through so many times where I literally just felt like an absolute broken egg on the floor. I was not in anyone's basket, I was a broken, rotten egg. There's been a lot of eggs in this video. But I really think things happen for a reason, and I think if I was still in that toxic circle with that boy, I would not have moved to London, I would not have met Niall, I would not be doing YouTube, I would not have Bluebell or Poppy, I wouldn't have the amazing friends I've met in London, I wouldn't have this lovely home that I've got. I don't know where I'd be. Right now, it might not seem like there is a way out. It might seem like it's a big brick wall right in front of you and there is no way out. But in a year's time, in a month's time, in however long it takes, you'll know why he made you feel like that rotten, broken egg on the floor. Whatever you're feeling right now, and even though it feels like it's the end of the world, it's not, and there are so many good things to come. Anyway, I think that is everything I'm gonna answer today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I feel like I was worried because I am quite awkward myself. Sometimes on the spot, I'm not very good at wording things. I'm not very good at wording things anyway. I mean, I've described everything through this video with eggs, so that just describes it in one. But Yes, Bluebell left, she got that bored. But anyway, I really do hope you enjoyed. Please let me know if you did. Sorry if I didn't answer your question. Possibly I'll do another one. Maybe we'll get Niall involved. It'll be a boy-girl chat then, but maybe we'll get Niall involved. Let me know if you think that's a good idea, but I really do hope you enjoyed. Also, I'm sorry if the lights change throughout the video. I haven't got any filming lights on, so we're just going on the natural light. And it's getting darker very early because it's autumn, as I say a lot. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you in the next video. And I really hope that this video kind of resonated with you in some form of way, or you just enjoyed it. I hope.